Here.
It says it's being live streamed.
Okay. Got it.
So what does Zoom have to do with YouTube?
So we're on Zoom so that we can talk to each other, and it's projecting it to YouTube.
To your channel.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So Sean says that we're live, so I'm going to start. Hi, everybody. My name is Amanda. Welcome to the Dog Mom Knits YouTube channel. This is a channel where I talk about all my knitting adventures. And tonight we are trying something completely new and completely out of my comfort zone. And we are doing a live with Kim of 3 by the Sea Designs. We are talking about our seashells cowl, upcoming fun stuff, and whatever else we decide to talk about. So do you want to, I mean, I kind of just introduced you. Do you want to introduce yourself?
That's fine. It says Dreama on my thing, but that's
it does.
I know. And that's my mom. So, but I'm Kim from 3 by the Sea Designs. Becky said she may join in and watch too. I don't know how to see comments or anything. So if anybody has questions.
Actually, we aren't live. Are you? Oh, because mine says it's waiting. I'm live. Okay. Oh, hi, Laura. Okay, well, somebody can see us because
we must be then.
So if you, Kim, if you pull up, like I have kind of a split screen going. I have like the Zoom up on one side and then the YouTube video is up on the other. And so I can have the chat kind of scrolling next to it.
Should I switch to gallery view?
It's got to be like 2 separate screens.
Okay, that's 2 separate screens. And then how do I do comments? I don't know.
Yeah, you have to open the YouTube channel, like my YouTube channel.
Oh, like on my phone?
Yeah, you can do it that way.
Oh yeah, I just got a notification that says Dog Mom Knits is live. Cool.
Imagine that.
I'll just turn my volume, make sure my volume's down on it.
Yeah, I had to do that too. Apparently it's not going to show me my video because
I need my glasses. Let me grab them.
I'm going to try to knit while we're chatting.
Yes, me too. That's fine. I
don't know if it'll work.
My glasses.
I'm going to try.
It looks like the Zoom is a little bit better quality as far as like the camera. Like sometimes Instagram's lives are crap. Like as far as the video quality and stuff.
It's true. Yeah, because I'm on my computer. Oh, of course. Dog Mom Knits Life Around Here. Like Hopper and Finley just started playing. So that's gonna get loud.
What else is cool is that like when I pull it up on my phone, you can see us side by side.
Oh, cool.
Like,
that's how it is on my husband's computer.
See how it is for us?
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
Look at.
That's so cool.
And then over here, you can see comments.
Yeah.
I like
and
that.
Mine is not showing me. I have only seen one comment.
Well, I'm only seeing them on my phone.
Yeah, mine is not showing me comments. Just so you know, husband. This is so weird. I'm so trying to be like a tech savvy person, and I am so not a tech savvy person. So
I am not either.
Process.
So what are you working on?
I am working on my Weekender by Andrew Mallory because I am conquering my fear and I'm going to knit a sweater. So it's a bottom up. This is what I have. I have the bottom ribbing. And then just a little bit, but yeah, it's just around and around and around until I get to the armholes.
Yeah.
So.
Now I'll tell you, I don't love bottom up sweaters to make them. But they are.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing whether I'm going to like it or not.
No, I don't mean as far as like, right? I don't like the finished product, but I don't like knitting them bottom up.
Right.
Mainly because for fit purposes,
Mhm.
when they're knit top down, you can kind of see, okay, well, I have this much to go
Right.
before I, need to stop. It's a little harder to gauge with bottom up because
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
I've just got to go with the measurements or
sweater to start
whatever.
with, so.
Yeah, a lot of people said this was a good one for like your first sweater. So, and
Yeah.
her patterns are like the mittens that I just finished, the convertible mitts, they were hers. And I'm a big fan of the way she writes out her patterns. So
Mhm.
I'm excited to go through and actually knit a sweater.
I know, it's exciting.
I'm still not seeing any comments. So if somebody asks a question or something, can you tell me? Okay, I appreciate it. My husband is helping me by telling me if somebody says something in the chat because I still cannot see the chat.
Okay. Well, I'm just looking at it on my phone because I'm on. So everyone's just said hi, and
hi.
And you can do it, Amanda.
That's what I hope so. I'm so nervous about it. I don't know why I have made this out to be such a big thing, but in my head, it is a huge thing. So
it's like when people are intimidated by something new. That's all. Like sometimes people freak out about socks. Like once you try it, it's not that bad.
Right.
Socks are a lot easier to rip out if you mess up because it's a lot smaller.
Oh, there's all my comments. Yeah, that's part of the stress is I don't want to have I don't want to spend all the time it's going to take to knit it if and then for it not to fit. But I did swatch. I was a good knitter. I swatched. I had to go down a needle size.
What?
Who am I?
I know. Who are you?
I did that. And I was like, something's wrong. The knitting world is collapsing. Seriously, I had to go down from a 9 to an 8. It was crazy.
Isn't your yarn worsted weight too?
Yeah, but so was hers.
Yeah.
So I'm on an 8 with worsted weight. It's making a very dense fabric, which I'm kind of excited about.
Yeah.
I like the fabric I got on the 8. So my gauge is still a little off. I got copper. Are you so hungry you have to try to eat your sister? It's like they know we're trying to record a video or something, and so they've decided now is playtime.
Oh yeah, they know.
Oh, they're crazy. Okay, so
well, I think it's going to be cool. It's good to start with something pretty basic.
Yeah.
And that one is basic, but not it still has some, style.
Yeah. I like the idea of it being stockinette in one part and then reverse stockinette in another part. I just think that's really fun.
Yes.
So what are you knitting on?
I'm working on my seashell stuff. Yep. I did my heel.
That's so
and now I'm just working on the foot.
Yes. That's so fun.
I love this pattern.
It's
so fun.
I think it's a fun one. It's a cool pattern.
It really is.
If I do say so myself. I don't mean that as prideful.
No, it totally is. It's fun. And I was able to memorize it, which is cool because you don't have to look back at the pattern, and it just it goes so fast for some reason because it's you're excited to get back around to the lace part. So it's
I find that true. Socks that are 10 and 12 row repeats, I find just go faster because you keep just working through the repeat and then you've done 10 rows or 12 rows. So
right, and then you're wow, I did another repeat. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm 3 repeats in and I'm done with the leg of the sock.
Right.
That's so cool. I don't know. I think that's really fun.
Well, what I really like about it is how I was saying, because you can memorize it, it's easy to take on the go. but it's not just plain stockinette. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it's like, it gives you a little bit of both. It's mobile. Right. You can take it, like I take it in the car with me all the time, but it has a pattern to it. Mm-hmm. So I love that.
Yeah. It's like enough vanilla, but enough pattern.
Right.
That you're not having to like sit and really think, but because of the way the pattern's written. And
if you have the pattern memorized,
that's so cool. Sean would love to have one of those.
The quote machine.
Katie, what sock are you doing? Like a vanilla sock for summer sock camp, or are you doing like a pattern sock? Oh, you're working on a hat. I want to knit some more hats.
Oh, speaking of hats, do you watch Kristen from Do So Knits?
I do.
Did you see the hat pattern that she came out with? OMG.
It's so beautiful.
I saw that and I'm like, I am totally making that with something in my fall colorway.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. And I have not watched your video yet because it's just been super busy around here. But
because you started back to
watch
school,
it,
right?
I feel like, okay, and I'm setting this amount aside over here and this amount of money over here. So I'm gonna have a list after I'm done with the video of all the things that I want.
I told people on the podcast, I was like, because there's so much in this update, because there's new project bags, new yarn, and new stitch markers. I was like, it would probably be a good idea because we name everything. Like we name our bags, we name the colorways and everything to write. Like I told everybody, get a sheet of paper and write down the names of stuff. That way, like, for example, if you like the October Garden colorway, that's one of the names. So if you type in October Garden on Etsy, everything for that will come up no matter what, whether it's
that's
DK,
good.
Fingering weight.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to see everything available for that name. So it helps to write the stuff down to remember the names.
And when is the shop update?
On Saturday.
Go ahead and tell all the people.
Okay, so our fall collection is coming out on Saturday, the 27th at 11 a.m. Eastern. And there'll be new stitch markers, am I looking at my camera? I think so. Yeah, you are. New stitch markers, new yarn, new project bags. So much new stuff. It's crazy.
I'm so excited. Katie just said she wants all the new things. And I'm like, I haven't even seen the video and I want all the new things. Like, I just know I do.
Yeah. We came out with 5 new variegated colors or speckled. 2 of them are speckled. And then 4 new tonals that go with them. And this is almost all of it here. So beautiful. I've already got it all organized and we just
love that you do the variegated. Oh, sorry.
What'd you say?
I love that you do the variegated with the matching totes.
Yes.
I just think that's such a cool idea.
That was one of the things that Becky and I talked about because we didn't want to just come up with like a hodgepodge of things, which is fine to do if that's your thing.
It is.
But we wanted to be able to have a tonal that goes with it because then it kind of takes the guesswork out for everybody. They don't have to sit there and search for, sometimes that's fun to find something that matches, but a lot of people ask you, well, what will go with this? Right. So if it at least we have some things that coordinate, we can say, well, we've paired this with this. And it just kind of helps people get an idea of and get some inspiration for maybe a pattern that they want to knit and it needs 2 colors. Well, here you go. Here's 2 colors that look good together,
Yeah. Well, it's hard if you're jumping between yarn dyers to find coordinating colors because everybody dyes differently and everybody uses different dyes and you have different color stories that you're trying to do. And so, just because one is brown and orange and the other one is orange doesn't mean they're going to coordinate well together. And that's what I like, is that, you know, like if you wanted to do a 2-color shawl or a 3-color shawl, it, you know, those 3 colors are going to coordinate without having to get them at home and go, oh, they don't match.
Exactly. And we'll tell you, like, if we don't think something's gonna look good together, we're not gonna just be like, oh yeah, that looks great, just because we want to sell the yarn. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Becky and I both talked about that. Like we want to come up with things that look really good together. And then if someone asks us something that we don't think looks good together, we'll tell you. And then if you want it, fine. But, you know, we don't want to we're not going to just sell it just to sell it. You know, we want, because ultimately we want you to love your project with our yarn.
Right.
And if it's not right, the colors, then you're not going to be happy with it. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I totally agree. I did see that Becky was on.
She is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I did. I thought I saw her in one of the comments. And then a couple people are talking about the heel toe do-si do pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady, which is amazing.
That's a good one.
I love that pattern.
I knit a pair of socks out of that. The first pair of socks I ever did that were 2 at a time, I did in that pattern. I don't know why I picked that pattern for 2 at a time.
Because she does that pattern 2 at a time.
Does she? Okay, maybe that's
I've
why.
seen
But
her
it was
do
like 3
2 at a
years
time
ago that
before.
I knit that pattern, and then I've knit it again since then. But it's a fun pattern.
Yeah, I'm in the process of knitting my first pair of socks with it. Katie said, is it best with self-striping? I think it's best with self-striping because it turns the stripes into chevrons, which is kind of the point of the pattern. But I mean, I'm sure it would look good with whatever, because it's a cute little like pattern that it makes on the front of the sock.
You know how your pattern makes it go like kind of like that? It does the same thing with the heel toe do-si do one. But I knit a pair of socks not in self-striping with that color, with that pattern, and it looks just as good. Yeah,
nice. That was one of the things, is I figured people had done it. I just, every time I see it knit, it's with self-striping. So you were talking about your coordinating yarn that's coming up in the fall collection. So I'll go ahead and show you that I finished one of them.
Oh.
So this is the next pattern that's coming out. The test knit application actually closes tonight. So it's,
what'd you call it?
I'm gonna call it It's Fall, Y'all.
Oh, that's right. It's Fall, Y'all. Okay.
And so it's a main skein and a coordinating mini, and it's got this like 16 row lace pattern. Oops, sorry. It's like a 16 row lace pattern through here, that you knit up 2 or 3 times depending on how much you like lace, and then you just knit the rest of the sock in the main skein. And so this is going to come out on the first day of fall, which is either the September 21st or September 22nd. I never know what that means.
I think we said it was the 23rd, right? Or the 22nd.
I never know. I've got it written down. Like I have a list that I have to, like, I'm working through with the pattern release. It's the 22nd. Okay. Sean says it's the 22nd.
Okay.
And then I don't think you saw it, but my husband is the guy who sews in the comments, and he told you that for the update on Saturday, you should just go ahead and invoice me for one for everything.
How many people have said that to us so far?
I want to say, hey, that's not funny. And then I'm like, but it's probably true.
No, seriously, like so many people have said, just give me one of everything, please.
Right? Like, just go ahead. We know that's where it's going to end up. Let's just go ahead and do it.
We really tried to like beef up the inventory this time. So everything doesn't sell out like super fast. But I would recommend, it's just hard because this is our first big collection that we've come out with. So, it's hard to gauge, really the response, you know what I mean? As far as
I think that would be hard.
It is. It really is. Like, we know, like, kind of the response to our bags and stitch markers, but you know, the yarn it's a whole new ball game for us.
So Becky said this pattern would be cute in the October garden with the purple mini.
Absolutely. Let me grab
it. And you know me in purple, like.
Hang on.
Sorry, I was gonna lose the comment if it went too far up.
So she's talking about this mini. Good. And this is October Garden.
It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's so beautiful.
This one will
Sean
come
says
with 2 minis, actually.
That's so fun. Sean says that you should do an everything bundle where you put one of everything in a bundle and then just sell that. And you've got people over here that are like, yes, just do that. Maybe we have a new Etsy listing.
Like, dyers like Hugh Loco, like Nicole from Hugh Loco.
Yeah.
She does that where she will put, I don't know if she does it on full skeins, but I know from 50 gram skeins, she will do one of each of her collection for people that want truly the whole collection.
Brandy of Long Dog Yarn will do that sometimes. She'll put out like her Princess Bride collection. She had all of the colors were all except as I think it was As You Wish, were all dyed on a mini skein and then sold as a set. And she called the set Inconceivable.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And I was like, I was so good about, I don't need more yarn. I don't need more until I saw that. And then I was like, add to cart.
I would love to get to that point where we can, we have the whole collection in one. I think that would be so fun, especially if your collection all can kind of go at least somewhat together. That would, you know, end goals at some point. We would actually like to at some point also have everything to where it's like a pre-order for the collection, because when it's on a pre-order, you're guaranteed to get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we don't want anybody to miss out on anything.
Yeah.
So we would like to at some point, maybe in, you know, the future, in the next year, we want to get to that point where we can have everything on a pre-order, and, you know, it's on the pre-order for so long. And then after that, 2 weeks to dye it up, and then you know, ship it out, because then everybody's happy.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think it's, you know, there seems to be one of two ways to kind of handle collections. If you're a yarn dyer, like I see them do it both, where it's like ready to ship or a pre-order, and there's pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I mean, whatever I think works best for the yarn dyer.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people don't like pre-orders, but it really does ensure for the buyer that you're guaranteed to get it, and then you don't have to freak out and scramble on update day. Oh, I got to be there at 11 a.m. to make sure I get that yarn, you know? Right. You just have to order in those 2 weeks or however long the dyer puts it up for pre-order. Yeah. And then, you know, so you're right. There are pros and cons to it. I think it helps the buyer more than anything. I mean, it definitely helps the yarn dyers to anticipate, you know, how much to dye. And then in that point, sometimes they choose to dye extra. So if you missed the pre-order, then at that point you do have dyed or ready to ship yarn available. Yeah. So I don't know. I agree. There are pros and cons to both, but I just hate when people miss out on stuff that they wanted.
I understand that. I feel that way too. Like, you know, because you spend all that time on it and you want people to be excited, and then, you know.
And that's why we always tell people, like, if you want it, and like, don't hesitate to get it, you know, because if you want it, we just can't guarantee. And that's true with our bags too. Like with yarn, we can always choose to dye more yarn. Right. But with the project bags and the stitch markers, like once those are gone, we're not making more.
Right. Because you've run out of,
especially with the project bags, because those are, you know, those are a labor of love.
Oh yeah. I've watched Sean make them for
As
years.
Sean would know, yes.
Yes, Sean would know.
Yeah,
He's
they're a
nodding his
lot of
head.
work. They're a lot of
that's
work,
the
and they're not a whole lot of profit margin for them.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? For the amount of time that you put into them,
right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
But they're so fun,
I know.
and people love them. So, and you have to have a pretty project bag, you know?
Exactly. That's what I'm using for my sweater until it's too big, is the one that I got from you guys during the Ukraine update.
Yeah.
Because I love
Now,
that
if
one.
you don't hold all the extra yarn in that bag, you
Yeah.
may be able to get away with just using that one. Because the
Well,
drawstrings,
I'm using, I think I bought like 12 skeins of this yarn. I bought a wad because it was on like a really big sale. So I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and buy extra. But I'll be a little bit of a Debbie Downer for a second. Part of the reason I picked the Ukraine bag is because our Ukrainian daughter, our exchange student that went home, they've been bombing near her town really bad. And she told me that at one point she was like, the bomb shook her house, like shook the apartment building. So they had to go outside just to make sure that like the building was anyway. It's like, so having it as the project bag, as soon as I touch it, it reminds me to like stop and intentionally pray for her.
Aww.
And pray for her town and just everybody. Like, I mean, it's not just her, but yeah, it was not good for a while, but like it was calm in her area for a while, but from the last update we had from her, it's not calm anymore.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah,
it's so hard. I can tell you that doing that fundraiser that we did for the Ukraine stuff was so we needed that, you know what I mean? Like we wanted to do something to raise money, and it was so heartwarming, like the response that we got from everybody. Yeah. And like everything we made from that like all of the profits, everything went to that. We made no money on that one, but we were so happy to do it because,
I know.
You know what I mean? It was our way of like giving back, you know, and so many people said they loved having that and feeling that connection, like
I
having
did too.
the bags.
So, because I mean, I couldn't do anything. She didn't need anything. There's nothing I can send her. Right. So, you know, and every time, you know, like every time you would post about it on Instagram, I would screenshot it and send it to her. Yeah. Anytime anybody posts, like if they post a comment on the YouTube channel or on Instagram and they ask how she's doing, or if they say they're like praying for her or sending her, you know, good thoughts, I will screenshot that and send it to her. So she doesn't, because I don't want her to feel alone, because I feel like she would. I feel like I would if I was there.
Absolutely. And
you know, if I was in that situation, I feel like it would be very lonely. And so I keep trying to remind her that, like, and I'll say, your American family loves you. Like, that's what I say. And then I'll send her whatever screenshot it was, you know, from here. So, but yeah, sorry. But that's part of why I grabbed that bag, was because, I just want to be intentional about praying for her right now.
Absolutely. It's so crazy. And it's a shame that they weren't able to evacuate, and
they chose not to.
Oh, they did.
That was their choice. They as a family sat down and talked about it. So,
well, we'll definitely keep praying for her and her family.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And she appreciates that. Like, I know she does.
And it's good that you send her all those screenshots.
I do.
Because that will make her feel loved and know that she's being prayed for and loved on and thought about, and it might bring her some comfort, you know.
That's what I'm hoping, is that, and that's what she says that it does. So right now we keep messaging her, and I mean, we'll ask about this, and then she typically will change the subject, because our next foreign exchange student arrives tomorrow.
Really?
So I'm
I
so
knew
excited.
it was soon.
Yeah, it's tomorrow morning at like 9:45 or something. It's the earliest any of them have flown in. So
Wow.
I'm
That's
excited.
exciting.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Now,
Sean
how
is
old is
too. He
she?
just doesn't show it as much as I do.
How,
He is 17.
okay.
She'll be a junior in high school.
Does she know how to drive and all that? Like,
I mean, she probably does, but they're not allowed to drive while they're here. That's one of
oh,
the
okay.
rules.
Different rules, yeah.
I guess because Sean and I have always assumed that it's because like different countries drive on different sides of the road and different sides of the car. And so if you're a newer driver and then you come here and we switch everything up on you, there would probably be more accidents.
I always think like whenever I see like a movie or something of people driving in the UK, I'm like, how the heck would I ever like, because I want to go there so bad, but I'm like, how would I ever drive? I would be so terrified to drive on that side of the road.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, we've gone to Australia and that's one of the things that I always do. So if anybody doesn't know, my husband's Australian, his whole family lives there. So when we go to Australia to visit them, I ask them if I can drive because it's fun, I guess. Like it's different. And
is there steering wheel on the other side?
Oh
too?
yeah.
Oh, see, I don't.
That's
I
weird.
just don't know if I could do it.
I
So
constantly hit the blinker. It's like the windshield wipers and not the blinker because they're on different sides of the steering wheel. So when I go to hit the blinker, I end up hitting the windshield wipers and the whole car laughs at me because the crazy yank doesn't know how to drive. And then if we go to turn, I always have Sean tell me like it's a short left and a long right. Right?
Okay.
What it is? Okay.
Because like the opposite of here, basically.
Because we do short rights and long left.
Right.
But in Australia, you have to do the opposite. And so, because the one time Sean didn't really think that through. Yeah, I'm going to tell the story. The one time Sean didn't really think that through, we ended up driving down the wrong side of the road in a residential area.
Oh gosh.
On a divided road. So we could like just jump over into the lane where we were supposed to be.
Oh no.
And so we both have gotten very intentional about short left, long right.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. Yeah, probably a good idea if they don't let them come here and drive.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the rules is no driving.
And she'll be here the whole year?
She will be. Yes. So she's going to
really
stay the 10 months. Just pretty fun. We're excited.
So have you seen how many like because I haven't checked the threads lately, but have you seen how many people have finished their socks? I haven't either. That's what I was asking.
Because school started.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So my life got hectic in a good way. Like I am blessed that I love my job as much as I do. It just eats into my knitting time.
Well, not just knitting time. It eats into everything. I used to be a teacher. Two of my sisters are teachers. My brother used to be a teacher. So I get like we were all
in the blood.
It seriously, like it just, especially at the beginning of the year, it's like the beginning of the year and the end of the year, you're just like, ugh. Like it's just crazy.
It's just a lot. Like it's, and you're trying to get back into the routine, having 2 months off, like, so there were things that I was like, I'm still gonna check in on Ravelry and I'm still gonna check in on Instagram. Lies.
I know.
All the dreams of a teacher on summer vacation.
Becky and I both have been like 24/7, like dealing with the Halloween or the fall collection. Mm-hmm. So like we just haven't had time to really devote to anything. Like we've both been so quiet on Instagram and stuff. And it's just like, it is what it is. Like I'm trying.
Yeah. I put out the test knitter call. I've kind of checked that a few times, but most of the time I come home and I just kind of crash
Yeah.
in the chair.
Yeah.
Sunday I had quite a bit of knitting energy, and that's when this got cast on.
Yeah.
And I did like all the ribbing on Sunday because I was like, well, maybe if I can get it to mindless, around and around, then.
Well, I saw your video where you said you wanted to get to that point where your projects were like, I thought that was such a brilliant idea that you came up with for that.
Oh no, I didn't come up with it. That was Boston Jen.
Oh, okay.
She's Boston Jen 1 on Instagram. That was her idea, where she said that like she'll intentionally work projects. Like if she knows she has a vacation coming, or she knows like she's going to be traveling to the office a lot, she'll get projects to a place where they're mindless so that she can work them on the train, or she can work them if she's traveling. And I was like, that's so smart for going back to school.
Yes.
And having
totally
things all at the mindless stage, so I'm not stuck.
Mm-hmm.
I think, oh my gosh, I cannot turn a heel. Like there's no part of my brain that can do that. So what am I going to knit?
Right. And then you just stop working on it. Yeah.
I mean, even last night, I felt like brain dead last night. And I was like, okay, but I'm going to knit. So what am I knitting? And I grabbed this. And I was like, I can knit on this sweater because it's literally nothing.
Right.
Like it's just knitting. And so that was, and then I did. And I was like, oh, this feels so good to, after such a stressful day, just to be able to sit down and knit.
So did you get more than one project like to that point?
Yes. I have a Musselboro hat. I've got 2 pairs of socks that are at Mindless. And then another like tee, like it's a sleeveless garment, I guess. So I don't know. Is it still a sweater if it doesn't have sleeves? That one is just in around and around and around. And that was going to be my, like, when I don't want to think about it, I'll just knit that. And then I cast on this sweater too. So
that'll keep you busy for a while.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still have my Desert Vista dye work socks because my August ones aren't done yet.
Right. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Not just for like what Boston Jen was saying, but for especially for teachers or anybody who has a busy schedule. If you have that time, take it, get all your projects set up, and then you have something to work on all the time, no matter what. And then you can just go back and forth between whatever you want at that point. That's really cool.
It's really good. So looking.
I was just looking at the comments. Everyone says hello. Praying your daughter gets there safely.
Yes, me too.
Sent you a picture of Kathy's block. I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe they're talking about something with quilting.
Oh, you're talking about sewing blocks? Patty's message. Oh. How much bulky yarn would it take to make a chunky bed Afghan? A lot.
Bulky yarn, yeah, but it will go quick.
I mean, it'll go quick, but yeah, I don't know yardage for blankets because I cannot bring. I can't crochet. I can start them all day, but
I would say crocheting it. If you know how to crochet, it would go a lot quicker.
For sure. Yeah,
but actually, bulky would go quick too.
Patty, if you went to Michael's or Joann's, they sell huge cakes of yarn that are bulky weight and designed for
blankets.
And usually on the inside of the ball band, there's a pattern, and that pattern will tell you how much yarn you need. So how many of each of those that you need. I mean, I would say if you're going for like a blanket for a bed that 2 people could be under,
a big cuddle blanket for grown-ups.
2 or 3 probably of those really big ones that I'm thinking, like Bernat. That's the company that they have some beautiful blanket yarn.
Yeah. They have some
so
that
yeah.
you can use your fingers for. Have you ever seen that?
I
You
have.
don't even have to have
So
needles.
impressive. Yeah, arm knitting. So fun.
That's crazy. But they look so cool when they're done.
I know. So impressive. But yeah, Patty, I would say maybe just go to like Joann's or Michael's and look specifically at their blanket yarn. Because if I was going to knit a blanket, that's what I would do.
I've been working on a blanket since January.
Yeah, I'm on like year 3 of my coziest memory blanket or something.
Yeah, mine it's 2 fingering weight held double, so it's like DK, but and I don't work on it all the time. Like I maybe work on it like twice a month. So
right.
But I'm it's one that you can just pick up, like the Cozy Memories one, where you just pick it up whenever you want to. Blankets are
Patty
long-term.
said she's going to arm knit. Like she was going for arm knitting.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that's cool. I would love to see
that. So the
that.
chunkier, the better if it's arm knitting, from what I know. I haven't done it.
It's going to have to be pretty big, pretty thick yarn to do that. That's really cool. I've always wanted to try doing that. And I don't think those take very long.
Well, no, because your stitches
they're huge. It's like, I mean, you could knit it up in probably a day, I would say.
From the pictures that I've seen, that seems, Oh, thank you, Sean. 1875. That sounds right.
Well, that's
what
really
Lion
cool. I would love to see that.
So we didn't ask, but where is everybody watching from? Like I'm in coastal Virginia. I don't think I said that in my whole intro. Kim, where are you?
I'm in coastal Florida, right outside of Tampa. So central Florida, west coast of Florida. I know that we have people from all over the place. Like, we get orders from everywhere. You know, we've gotten them from like New Zealand, from South Africa, Germany. I don't even know, like all over the place.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I love when we get packages from out of the country. We always send like a little extra something to them just because, like, you know, they're paying like $1 million for shipping. And so we always like just try to make it feel like, you know, like a special package.
Right. That's really sweet.
We love doing that. I mean, you know, it's nothing big, but like, and we always write a note, like, you know, that we just think it's so cool that Becky said, small world. I'm also in coastal Florida.
That's all right. Sean wrote coastal Virginia. Really?
So we've got Maine, Missouri, New Jersey. Laura lives in New Jersey. Oh, hi, Laura.
That's so cool. Patty, you wouldn't have, I'd wash it after I knit it, but like pin it out into shape, which is what blocking is. I would, blankets usually don't need to be done like that.
Not only that, it depends on the yarn, because if it's like
that's
acrylic,
true.
You're not gonna, you can probably wash it and dry it in the dryer.
That's true.
Like low. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, we do have somebody from Ontario and then Nevada.
Yay, northern neighbors.
Jennifer's near Death Valley.
Ooh.
Only thing I know about Death Valley is it is always forever hot.
Hence the name.
And then it's like every time you see it on a map, it's next to like 3 digits heat when everybody else is at like 80.
Oh my gosh.
That's like a distorted thing, but just feels like it's always hot there.
Has it been hot where you are?
Yeah. Well, today I thought for sure it had to have been the 90s, but it was only 80, but we had like 87% or 90% humidity. So it felt a lot hotter than it was because it just was really bad humidity.
That's the crappy thing about Florida is like it gets really, really hot here, but it's the humidity that just literally sucks the life out of you. Like it's
because you walk outside and you're in an oven.
Yeah. It feels like you're in this like sticky, like you can just, the air is so thick and like,
it's like that here. And I'm like, that is the reason. It's not the heat that I don't like. It's the humidity that I don't like in the summer. I can't do it. Well, Jennifer said it was 107 today.
The one that lives in Death Valley?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's a lot.
Oh, near Death Valley. Okay.
That's a lot.
Ugh.
I will stop complaining about my 80 with humidity.
With the humidity though, it feels, it's just a different type of heat. Like hers is probably a dry heat that like is horrible. And then here, I mean, it gets pretty like high 90s, high 90s here, but with the humidity, you just feel like you're gonna like fall over dead. Like you have, it drains the energy from you. You have no energy whatsoever.
Well, because you can't, at least here, like there's no way to keep up with water. Like I feel like I'm always dehydrated.
Yep. Yeah.
Because there's no way I can keep up with the amount of water that I need to counter being out in the humidity of the, like walking around campus, because my classroom's outside. So
your classroom's outside?
I have I have a portable.
Okay. I see.
So like walking to the classroom is outside.
Okay.
I should have phrased it that way.
It's not like in a building. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow. Katie said they have humidity in Maine. Well, there goes that idea. Because I've always told Sean we should move to Maine because they must not have humidity. Oh, they only had 46% humidity today. Okay, maybe there is something to living in Death Valley.
That's what I was saying. It's like a dry heat, like desert heat kind of, it's like, it's just a different kind of heat, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's like it gets humid pretty much everywhere. It just doesn't last as long in the northern states. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas here we'll feel this heat until this humidity until probably October we'll feel this. Whereas everywhere else up north, especially, it starts the humidity starts going away and it cools down quite a bit. Whereas here it won't. But then the rest of the year here is beautiful.
Right. Ours will usually break in like September. Mid to late September, we'll start getting a break in the humidity. If it's a good year, you have to wear a jacket on Halloween. Most years you don't.
Yeah.
But
like the sweater that you're making is worsted weight. So will that be more like January, like winter? Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be lucky if I can pull this out on Christmas Day.
Okay.
Because here lately, Christmas Day has been like in the 60s and
70s. Okay.
So
it's always hot on Christmas here.
Yeah, see, Becky, I wish. I love snow. My husband doesn't. My husband does not, snow. But I love it. Is it 72 up in like Ontario? Oh, see. I mean,
I know like Canadian
Sean's laughing at me because
horrible,
he knows I'm about to ask if we can go live there, and he's going to say no because it's too much snow.
What are you barking at? No, I have a barker. My Finley's barking now. I think it's so funny that we both have Finleys.
I know, I do too. That's so fun. Did she go on her break? Oh, she's in Bandit's bed. Oh, she's such a good. She and Copper have like crashed. They had their playtime and now they're done.
Oh,
they're so cute.
Finley doesn't have anyone to play with.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my son plays with him, but he doesn't have any other dogs. He probably wouldn't. He's probably fine with that. he's kind of.
I'll try to show. That's the stitch marker I picked for the project. It's like my glittery rainbow.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
I love it. Somebody commented on a picture I posted yesterday, I guess it was. And they were like, I love your stitch marker. And I was like, it's from 3 by the Sea. Like, I don't even have to look. Of course, that's where it's from. It was the cloud, the smiling face cloud.
Oh, yes.
And I was like,
I loved that one. That one was so cute.
I love it.
I love anything with a face on it. Like they're just so, like, any inanimate object, put a face on it and it just is so
instant.
Cute. Like,
It's so cute.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm all about it. But I have my little sparkly butterfly on here. I think that one wasn't one of y'all's, was it? Now that I'm thinking about it.
I don't think that is.
Was it not? It might have been now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it was a gift from somebody.
We have a butterfly, but it doesn't look quite like that.
So that might be the only stitch marker I own that isn't y'all's. Because I mean, I have a whole thing of them and they're pretty much all y'all's.
Well, listen, there are so many cute stitch marker makers out there.
I love it.
You know what I mean? We are not the end all be all on stitch markers for sure. Like in fact, like I have stitch markers that aren't even our own stitch markers, like progress keepers. You know what I mean? Like, because everybody makes different things. Like,
I know. I love that.
You know? So like, it's the same with yarn. Like, not everybody's going to love your yarn. Not everybody's going to love your project bags, but you might like some of it, and and that's okay to like other people's stuff too. There's room for everything.
I'm laughing at your sister.
Huh?
Read the comment from your sister and then you'll laugh and you'll know why I'm laughing.
Yes, even the poop emoji is cute.
I saw it, started laughing.
That is true. And
why
didn't you get on here with us, Becky?
I was like, Kim thinks I'm laughing at her and I'm not. I swear I'm not.
It's true though.
It is true. So true.
I don't know what it is. Like we have this, we're bringing back, we used to have that little pierogi stitch marker, and it's just like a little piece of food, but it has a face on it and it's so cute.
That's amazing. I'd have to get one of those because our first exchange student was from Poland, land of pierogies.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend is Polish, and his grandma came here from Poland, like when she was a teenager, and so it's like the culture is very much still with them, and and she makes all kinds of like authentic Polish food, and it's so good.
It's good. Every time we tried to feed Misha pierogi, she was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's the best we can do."
Yeah. Oh yeah. And his grandma makes like homemade from scratch pierogies, and they are just delicious. And she'll go to the Polish deli and get like all the stuff, and oh my gosh,
so good. Dawn said we have to plan a road trip.
Yes, seriously. And she taught my boyfriend Gary how to cook, and he is like he has that love for cooking that she has, and I love that because I hate to cook. So it works out kind of good when he's here.
That's awesome.
He always cooks. Yes.
I'm lucky. Sean does most of the cooking here too, usually, because by the time I get home, I'm like, I can't. I just can't think enough.
I just don't
like
I don't know. I like baking, but I don't like cooking. Like I love to bake all day long. Like I'll bake stuff. I think it's fun. But for me, cooking, I don't know what it is. I have no idea, but I don't know. It's like the daily day in, day out of cooking. Like it's like, just go make yourself a bowl of cereal.
Exactly. It's faster, less cleanup. It'll be fine.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I think we may go. I may need to go because we've got to do some last minute stuff before she gets here. Because when you have 3 dogs, vacuuming is important because they have fur. that they don't.
Yeah, you have a big day tomorrow.
Yes, and the dogs refuse to keep their fur to themselves.
I hear ya.
All over the house. So we need to do that, probably the dishes, all the things. But it's all good.
So just to recap for the
Yes.
knit along,
Yes.
the 5th is the last day, right? Okay.
Yes.
September 5th.
September 5th. And then I won't close the FO thread until probably midday on the 6th. That way, if somebody finishes on the 5th and they need to, like, it takes until the 6th to get it posted. And then we're going to pull prizes from the FO thread on the Dog Mom Knits Ravelry group, the chatter thread on my Ravelry group, and the hashtag on Instagram. So all 3 places will have we'll have prizes pulled. And those will hopefully be mailed out that like first week of September.
Yeah. Yeah. So make sure, like, for Instagram, you use the hashtag, the Seashells Cal 22 hashtag, because we'll just go straight to that hashtag and pull it from there.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah. And make sure you post them there.
Yep. Make sure you post them. Yeah. In the FO thread.
Yeah.
When you're done. And then chat it up in the chatter thread, because that's all of those are entries also.
And thank you guys for being a part of it. It's been so fun.
It has been so much fun. Well, thank you, Kim. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me.
Yeah, anytime.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Where? Oh.